How's it going? Tuesday, February 5th, my mom's birthday. It's time for another edition of WZR Radio here on WZROnline.com. I'm Ryan Clark, he's Matt Boone, and we're going to be here for the next 2 hours talking pro wrestling. Monday Night Raw from last night. Big news yesterday, Bruno Sammartino to the WWE Hall of Fame. Going to get into that a little bit. We just put up a poll on WZR Online.
Wait, what happened?
Bruno Sammartino, Hall of Fame.
He's going in?
He's, they confirmed, actually, ESPN.com broke the story yesterday that they came to terms.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big deal, man. People don't realize how big of a deal that actually is.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
He's had nothing to do with them for, my God, a long time.
They, up on the websites for the past couple of months, Triple H they've had meetings, and, basically Bruno wants nothing to do with Vince McMahon. And so Triple H was kind of doing the negotiations, and they were able to come to terms. I guess, one of the main problems that Bruno had was that it wasn't a PG-friendly product, where there was cussing and nudity and everything else. And he had said that he had.
Bret Hart had the same thing.
Yeah, well,
he was a big proponent of the PG product and hating the direction it went and everything like that.
Right, well, and that's, Bret Hart's a whole nother story. While we're on the subject of Triple H, Bret Hart, over the past week has just come out swinging, man, at Triple H. It's been crazy. He said, what was his latest comment? He said something, the match, Triple H and The Undertaker at WrestleMania 28, right? Great match. You remember that, right? From last year, man. Taker and Triple H, right? Great match, and he said he would give it a 4 out of 10, and that was being generous. And then he went on to say that he wouldn't put Triple H in his top 1,000 greatest wrestlers of all time. Top 1,000, bro.
Did he say that for real?
It's crazy. Something.
Oh, that's just ridiculous. That's obviously, that's just anger. There's no way he couldn't really think that.
That's there's got to be more to that story. Brett was. I'm trying to think.
He obviously. Triple H was part of the screw job. A big part of it.
Right, but Triple H was, or not Triple H, Brett was at the Royal Rumble just a couple of weeks ago, right? Remember he made that cameo with Alberto Del Rio backstage?
Yeah, with the glass.
He was there, man, and something had to have gone down. I don't know if it was at the Royal Rumble or when it happened, but there's some sort of heat there, man. There's some sort of, Brett came out swinging. There was something before that. I'll have to go back and look it up, but Brett just came out swinging, man, and it was like, what? Come on, dude.
That's not so wise if you want to maintain a relationship with WWE,
Well, you know what? He's got a DVD coming out, right? And you would hope, or you would expect that WWE would promote that as they do with other DVDs. And that's not going to go over well with Triple H, Come on,
Speaking of Triple H, it just hit me the other day. If he does that, he's doing that match with Brock Lesnar, the rematch, whatever, at WrestleMania. That's going to be like the first time we see him have a match with like the short hair. That's going to be interesting.
I didn't think about that. You're right, with the more corporate look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be back fairly soon here. They just started the angle with Brock Lesnar and Vince McMahon last week. Vince needed surgery on his hip. So, and I think that the surgery took place on Friday. I know they said yesterday on Monday Night Raw, but I think that was just to continue to sell the storyline. But I think it took place on Friday. And WWE.com or WWE tweeted out a photo. Vince was in right before surgery, and he's flipping off the camera. They tweeted out a photo. It was just kind of funny, but he did need hip surgery, so that was part of the reason for.
That's crazy. The two major promoters in North America, fucking Vince McMahon and Dana White. Dana White just had surgery recently. Remember, he had that ear surgery.
Oh, that's
he
right.
posted a video online. You can watch it getting his fucking head sliced open and shit. It's crazy.
We had a pretty big UFC this past weekend on Saturday night. I won some money.
I didn't get to see it, man. I'm so pissed. I didn't get to see that or the Super Bowl. I didn't see either one of them, dude.
Wow, you missed the Super Bowl too? You missed a great game, man.
Yeah, and the fucking Ravens won too. I'm from Baltimore, you know.
I know. It was a great game.
I'm a fan. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big Ravens fan or anything, but I mean, all my friends are and shit.
Yeah. No, it was a really good game on Sunday, man. Baltimore came out swinging for the fences, man. I mean, they looked great in the first half, and San Francisco didn't have anything. And then in the second half, San Fran started making this comeback, and you thought, oh man. You know, the 49ers may come back and win this game. And then, you know, I'm sure you heard about the power went out during the game, so there was like a 34-minute delay. Right after the halftime show, Beyonce came out. She killed it, man. Say what you want about Beyonce, but that halftime show was unbelievable, man. She brought out...
Did she pull her titty out and show her nipple like Janet? Or?
No, but she had on one hell of...
That would have been nice. I would have liked to see that.
You saw everything but the tits, man. She was rocking it, bro. She was smoking hot. More ass than titties, you know what I'm saying? But that was good.
Great ass.
Yeah, it was a good sight to see, man. And then, you know, they right after that, I mean, they came back for the third quarter, and then the power went out, and there was like a 34-minute delay. So we had that. But no, I mean, it was a great game, man. One of the best Super Bowls I've seen, you know, in a long time. So it was good. Yeah, nobody expected. Well, you know what? As we got closer to the game, everybody, I think going in, San Francisco, I think the spread was like 3.5 or 4 points for San Francisco. But everybody came around and said, you know, that they had thought Baltimore was going to win the game as they got closer to the Super Bowl. But before that, just a couple of weeks ago, I mean, think about it, man. Baltimore, to get to the Super Bowl, they defeated, in the first week of the playoffs, they defeated the Colts, right? Great team. Andrew Luck been killing it. Then they went on to take out Denver. Peyton Manning and Eric Decker, great team in Denver, right? Then they went out to they took out the Patriots, man, Tom Brady and that whole team. So 3 teams right there, man. The Colts, the Broncos, and the Patriots.
And then they took out the fucking 49ers, you know. That's in a row. That is crazy when you think about it. Ray Lewis goes out with a fucking Super Bowl. That's a fucking storybook year for them.
Ray Lewis is a murderer. You know what I mean? Get out of here, dude. Ray Lewis is a murderer. He's a murderer, dude. He murdered 2 people. Oh, come on, dude. He murdered people. Get out of here, dude. The guy's a fucking scumbag. Wait a minute, dude. Not only that, but he comes out, bro, and he's, you know, he wants to be so bad, this motivational speaker. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I love God, and blah, 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 blah. Every single interview that this guy does, shut the fuck up, dude. It gets old after a while. It gets old, man. It gets old after a while. You know, it's the same fucking... Get out of here, dude. Get out of here. Ray Lewis sucks.
He's a national treasure. You calm down.
He's a murderer. He's a national murderer, dude, is what he is. Get out of here. Fuck Ray Lewis, dude. Get out of here. So anyways,
fuck Ray Lewis.
Wow. Yeah, I don't like him, bro. I don't like the attitude that he has.
He says Baltimore. Look, he says let's break it down. Baltimore whooped this team to death that they shouldn't have beat. Then this team they shouldn't have beat. Then this team they shouldn't have beat. Then this team. But fuck Ray Lewis.
What do you think? Ray Lewis is the whole... What about Joe Flacco? What about Ray Rice, dude? I mean, come on, bro.
Ray Lewis isn't a part of it, motherfucker.
Ray Lewis plays defense. He plays defense, dude. Come on, offense is what puts points on the board.
It's a big part of why they won a lot of those games. What the fuck
I'm glad he's gone, dude. Now I got to put up with him on ESPN. He's about to sign a deal with ESPN to become an analyst, so I have to deal with him there.
Ray Lewis?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I kick his ass in 2 seconds.
You'd kick everybody's ass in 2 seconds.
Let's not confuse anything. But yeah.
Yeah, right. Get out of here. So, anyways, man. So we had the Super Bowl on Sunday. We had UFC. I won some money off Bigfoot Silva, man. Listen, man. I'm telling you, Dan.
You'll bet somebody else. I tried betting you the other day on the UFC. You wouldn't bet me.
Dan Henderson and Bigfoot Silva are my 2 guys, man. When Dan Henderson faces Lyoto Machida coming up here in a couple of weeks, man, I'm taking Henderson. I think I'm going to win some money, too. Want to bet that?
I think he's gonna. Yeah, I'll take Liotta.
Will you? All right, no doubt. I'll bet you on that. I'll bet
Absolutely.
not a whole shitload because I'm not confident. I mean, Machida's nasty. You know what I mean? So I don't want to bet a lot.
Yeah,
but
no, I don't want to bet that much against Dan either, to be honest with you, because he could win. I just don't think he will.
Yeah. So we got and then Overeem got beat. Everybody talking about Overeem, blah 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 blah. He's this, that, and the other thing. So
I
we
was
got
never
beat.
sold on Overeem, by the way. I watched him in Pride at 205 get destroyed by people like Shogun and Chuck Liddell and. Yeah, he wasn't that impressive even at 205. So at heavyweight, I just knew he was a steroid, juiced up fucking smaller guy that was a good kickboxer and had decent chokes and stuff on the ground, good takedown defense. But I knew that he didn't have great stamina. I knew that he would, if things were going his way in a fight, like he's a front runner. If he's good, if things are going good. If things aren't going good, he kind of cowers. Kind of like Brock Lesnar.
And then with, the main event, we had Jose, or whatever they're calling him, Jose Aldo.
Yeah, no, I can't believe people call him Jose.
All right, dude. Jose Aldo and Frankie Edgar. I had Aldo won the first 2 rounds. The third round was very, very close, and the final 2 rounds I gave to Edgar. So it was close, but I think the right decision was
the third round that was really close? Because I thought I heard that it was Aldo won the first 2, and then Edgar won the second 2, and then the 5th round was very close. Or was it the 3rd round?
I had the 3rd round, man. I thought Aldo definitely won the first 2, and then the final 2 I gave to Edgar. It was just a matter of, you know what, when the fight finished, you had seen Edgar for the last 2 rounds. He won those rounds, so everybody feels, well, Edgar should have won the fight. But they forget about the first 2 rounds because it's in the past. You know what I mean? You know how that works, dude. Everybody forgets about what happened in the first.
You know what else happened? Rashad Evans lost on that show. He lost to Lil Nogueira.
I didn't even know Rashad Evans was on that card because normally he's the main eventer. You know what I mean? And he was the 3rd fight down from the top. So he was kind of thrown in the mix there. I didn't even know he was fighting.
Well, originally the plan was they screwed 2 big fights up. Overeem was going to fight Cain Velasquez for the heavyweight title in the next fight. They thought that was going to be the big fight. That's off now. And Velasquez just smashed Bigfoot to get to the title. So that's a hard fight to do a rematch for. So that fight's kind of off. And they screwed up. They were going to have Rashad Evans was going to beat Lil Nogueira, and then he was going to move down to 185 and do a super fight with Anderson Silva. It was going to be Anderson Silva versus Rashad Evans. Now that fight's off too. So they screwed. They had 2 fights got blown this weekend. A lot of big fights too.
So check this out, man.
Also, real quick, one other fight. Damian Maia beat John Fitz. That I thought was pretty impressive too. So Damian Maia, he's now at 170. And he beat a tough guy, John Fitz. He could be a serious contender. You know what I mean? He's got great jiu-jitsu, and he was a legit contender at 185. So at 170, he could be a beast.
Yeah, that was a boring fight though, if I remember, man. The Fitch and Damian Maia fight. I'm pretty sure it went all 3 rounds, right? I'm pretty sure it was real boring, man. Yeah, it was really boring. That was probably the worst fight on the entire card. I mean, all they did was wrestled around, man. They were on the ground most of the time, and if I remember, Damian Maia kept jumping on his back, man, and would just sit there and say, it was like, what the fuck, bro? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I'll fight you in Tuesday.
Yeah, you beat everybody's ass in Tuesday, blah 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 blah. So check it out, dude. Last Wednesday, I think it was, Wednesday or Thursday, I'm outside and there's some snow on the ground, right? And I'm messing around with Reggie, and usually
here we go. You paint the picture.
I kick him in the face with snow. I don't kick him in the face, but I kick snow on his face. You know what I mean? There was a big pile of snow out there, and I went to kick it as hard as I could. When I wound up kicking it, it was a solid rock or a solid chunk of ice, one of the two. Wound up breaking a couple of toes, and it was the worst pain in my life, dude. Well, here's the thing. There's no such thing as a broken toe. It's a fractured toe, is what they call it, So it was the worst pain in my life, man. It was the worst pain I've ever experienced. It was bad. It was horrible. I've had this thing wrapped up, dude. I had to go get some gauze, and I wrapped it up, dude. And I still can't walk. I'm going around.
Big goddamn baby.
Big goddamn baby. It hurts, man. So anyways,
you gotta get Tyson. I'm going to give you another boot again or whatever.
I know, right? But it hurt, dude. So I've been walking around here with a limp. Actually, for the first couple of days, I couldn't even walk, bro. I couldn't even get out of bed. I woke up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, dude. I'm crying, bro. I haven't cried in years, man. It hurt so bad. It was throbbing pain.
Crying?
Dude, I was crying. Listen, man, it was 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. It's throbbing, man, and I'm screaming. Somebody help! I needed to go. I needed to take a piss, bro. It was 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm screaming. I'm banging on the wall. Help! I can't get up. So finally, my sister woke up, and 3:30 in the morning, she brought me in some ice, dude. And then the next morning on Thursday, we went out. We bought some gauze and everything. It hurt, bro. God, it hurts so bad. You don't realize how much you need your toes until you break one. Man, it hurt. It hurt, dude. So anyway.
I was just saying earlier. I was saying I got this big, I got 2 big cuts on my thumb, and I was saying you ever realize how much you need something until you can't use it. I'm trying to take a shower. I can't wash my hair with my thumb. I can't fucking anything. You use it more than you think, until it's taken away from you, you don't really realize that.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, dude. Worst pain I've ever been in. I'm pretty sure, man. It was right up there.
God.
When I suffered the broken foot, dude. That might have been a little bit worse than this one, but this one hurt, dude. This one hurt. So, anyways, before we move on, you done? You good? You all right over there? Yeah.
Excuse me.
Okay. So, Mama's birthday is today. Mama Clark, man. She's, I don't know how
Mama
old.
Clark.
I
Happy
don't know how old she is, but it's a birthday, so happy birthday, Ma Dukes.
93.
Happy birthday, Ma Dukes. And one other thing, big snowstorm, those of you guys.
93rd.
Yeah, she's getting up there, man. She definitely is getting up there. But I don't think she's at 70 yet. I think she's still in her 60s, man. 66, 67, somewhere around there. But listen, on the East Coast, big snowstorm coming on Friday, man. If you live in Boston, Massachusetts, the latest model maps are putting out 20 to 30 inches. Here in Albany, over a foot. So watch out, man. I'm telling you, I'm giving you a fair warning. Friday night into Saturday, big snowstorm on the East Coast. New York City's kind of close, man, on the rain-snow line. It's going to be a big one, man. It's going to be a big one. You know what I mean?
I'll fight New York City.
So check it out, man. Last thing before we get into Monday Night Raw last night, right? And this has to do a lot with Monday Night Raw. The WZR Army invaded Monday Night Raw last night. Anybody that watched Raw last night, I'm sure you guys saw it. Everybody let me know I didn't see it at first, but everybody came on Facebook and said, hey man, do you see the WZR Army sign in the audience? Sure enough, look on TV all night long. A big WZR Army sign, front and center. All night long. WZR Army, man, at Monday Night Raw last night. Huge thanks goes out to Blake Thomason and Mike Olson, man, are the 2 guys. I think there were 2 different signs at Raw last night. I believe one was over by the entrance ramp, and the other one was on the hard camera, off to the right-hand side a little bit. So that was also
on TV like all night on camera.
Well, one was on camera all night long. Everybody caught it, man. I put it up on Facebook. A bunch of you guys sent me screens.
Those 2 completely separate people, like they weren't together.
I don't know if they were together. One of the guys is going to call here in hour number 2. One of the guys that was that brought the sign to Raw last night. Let me just say, man.
Well, how could one be in the aisle and then one be camera? They'd have to be separate.
Yeah, I didn't see the other one. I saw the one that was on the hard camera side, off to the right a little bit. He was a couple of rows back, but it was clear as day, man. Right on camera, WZR Army. And let me just say this, man. I put this up on Facebook last night. It may sound a little bit corny. We don't ask anybody to bring signs to WWE or TNA events.
Never once asked them. That's fucking cool as shit.
Never have once asked anybody to bring. I mean, it is awesome, man. When I saw that last night, man, the fact that somebody would support WZROnline.com enough, or support the radio show, support WZR in general, enough to bring a sign to Monday Night Raw or any television taping, even a WWE live event, that is fucking awesome, man. That is so cool, man, to have somebody do that.
It is fucking cool as shit, right? You know, I was thinking, I knew we had this big fan base overseas, like in England, Ireland, whatever the fuck, places like that, and in Canada. But I've been realizing we've got this big Southern following, like as far as the hardcore fans, because it was Orlando, Florida, we had a picture with somebody wearing one of our T-shirts with Dixie Carter.
Right.
And
Yep.
then this was in Atlanta. where people are taking signs to Raw. So that's both Atlanta, Georgia, and then Orlando, Florida, both Southern. I think we have a big Southern following in the United States, which is fucking cool. It's just cool to see us expanding, you know what I mean? Like, I knew a lot of the Army was English, British, whatever, or Canadian, but it's cool to see a lot of American presidents lately, too. That's so cool.
It was awesome, man. When I saw that last night on Raw, and everybody brought it up to me on Facebook, we have, there's photos up. If you guys didn't see it last night, you can go to WZROnline.com in the photos section. We put up a bunch of screen caps from the guys that brought the signs last night. You know, people took the caps right off the TV and then sent me the images last night. That was so cool to see last night on Raw. So
what's the sign? They said WZR Army in big, black letters on a white sign? Or what
big black letters on a white sign that said WZR Army. And the way that they did it, here's the thing, man. Like, if these guys last night, if they were to bring a sign that said WZROnline.com, if you put the .com, they're going to immediately take your sign. WWE security is going to come over and they're going to take it from you, man. They don't allow anything .com related. So the fact that these guys, thought about that in advance and it said WZR Army was awesome, man, to see it on Raw. So he's going to call here in hour number 2. We'll talk a little bit about that with him when he calls in hour number 2. So big props. I'm going to send those both of those guys some T-shirts, some WZR Online, WZR Radio T-shirts. We're going to get those out in the mail to you. And anybody, man, if you go to a TV taping, I know I just got done saying we never ask people to bring signs to WWE events, but. And I'm not saying, if you want to do it, it's your own choice, man. But if you do it and it shows up on TV, I'll give you a free T-shirt, man. No doubt about it. Just shoot me an email with your address, webmasterprowrestlingscoops.com. We'll try to get some screen caps. We'll put them up on the website. Of course, give credit to you guys like we did last night to, once again, it was Mike Olson and Blake Thomason who brought the signs last night. So big props to them, man. That was awesome.
That was cool.
So here's the deal. Before we get into Monday Night Raw, I got good news for you, brother. Here, you guys, I had to do one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do in my life last week. Advertising rates, we've been talking about them the last couple of weeks. In January, they were horrible. They were the worst I've seen in probably 15 years.
Hardest things to do. He fucking loved doing it. He took pride in doing it. He had a great night. He fucking loved it.
I had to do one of the hardest things, and I've been trying to hold off on this for months and months and months. I had to lay off my best friend, Matt Boone, last week, man. I'm being
a hard time. He loved it. You're fired, Pete.
Brother.
I'm waiting to tell you this fucking ever. I can't wait to tell you you're fired.
Brother, we had some text messages back and forth. You know what those texts were, man. I was upset. I didn't want to have to do it, dude, and I had to do it, man. And, of course, that didn't involve WZR Radio, dude. You would still be here on Tuesday nights, but it just got so bad last month that there was nothing I can do about it. You know what I mean? February began 5 days ago, and advertising rates are back up to normal, actually well above normal for this month.
You know what? Technically, that's exactly what the guy told you, too. But I guess he said so much that it was the boy who cried wolf. He didn't believe him the one time it was true.
It's not just the one advertising company, man. It's all of them this month. All of them are back up and running. So I talked to you about a half an hour before we came on here, and we are good to go, brother. We are good to go. February is starting off with a bang, bro. It's awesome, man. Advertising rates back up, and it's only going to get better from here on out throughout the entire year, because we go into the second quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter, and it only gets...
Fucking good for you. I know you were panicking, man. You were freaking out about fucking this and that. I won't even say how much, because I don't want to embarrass you, but you were fucking saying extreme shit.
Yeah, it got pretty bad last month, but nonetheless, we're 5 days into the month, and it's only going to go up from here.
Like pride with that.
Yeah, January was not a good month, dude. It was not a good month. So we're back, we're ready to go, dude. I told you that about a half an hour ago before we came on the air, or an hour ago before we came on the air. So we're good to go.
Yeah.
Get to our live chat room, WZROnline.com. /chat, WZROnline.com.
Motherfucking
/chat. Get in there, lots and lots of people. By the way, everybody in the, if you guys want a t-shirt, man, I got all these t-shirts. I've got like 300 t-shirts, man. You guys all said you wanted them, and then when it came time and I got the shipment, everybody said nobody was around. Nobody sent me emails or nothing. So, Webmaster Pro Wrestling.
Wait. So you're mad that they didn't keep, you can give your plug in a second, but you're mad that They didn't keep their word. They said they'd buy them if you had them, so you had them. They didn't buy them.
Well,
It's crazy how that works. Like I hate when people don't keep their word. Like this one guy I know. He said, if I don't sell this many T-shirts, I'll give you this much money because that's a bet.
Jesus, here
and
we
then,
go.
He didn't sell
Here
anyone
we go.
near that many T-shirts. Just like I said he wouldn't, by the way. I told this guy, I'm like, you fucking idiot. You're not going to sell 10 T-shirts. Oh, no. 100 people replied they liked it. I said, okay, you fucking retarded. Well, let's make a bet. We make a bet. And the guy didn't pay up. He just acts like we never made a bet, and then hopes it goes away and shit, you know.
Man, that
Nobody
guy.
makes me live it down. If I was the WZR Army, they take signs of the arenas, but they can't remember to stay on your ass and be like, hey, where's Boone's money, you piece of shit? You know, I don't care if it's your mom's birthday today. Go give Boone his money.
Man, that guy,
that's the real army.
that guy sounds like a real dickhead, bro. Who would do something
That's
like
the real
that?
army. That's the real army.
Wow, who would do something like that? God damn, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Motherfucking soldier.
No, a commander, brother. A commander is more like it.
Goddamn right.
All right, so listen, it's $25 for the United Kingdom. It's $20 for America. Only reason is for the shipping cost over to the United Kingdom. Email me, webmaster@prowrestlingscoops.com. I'm gonna need an address from you. Send me the money. Send me your address, and I'll ship them right out to you, man. Within within a week, man. I'll ship them out, and you guys will get them. Just email me, webmaster@prowrestlingscoops.com. The official website of WZR Radio, WZROnline.com. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Let's go to WZROnline.com. Top navigation bar. It's a little drop-down box. Social media tab. It's got all the links to Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Facebook.com/WZRArmy. Like us on there, and do what you got to do. The official website, WZR Radio, WZROnline.com. Check it out. Monday Night Raw from last night, man. We are, I know you moved into a brand new apartment. How's that going? Good?
Yeah, it's, I was thinking the other day if I could, count up. Because I'd say if from your perspective, I'd say conservatively, you've done the radio show in 6 or 7 different locations, I'd say maybe, ever. In the 12, 13-year run. I'd say if we were to add up how many different locations I've done this fucking radio show in, oh my goodness, there'd be like 50 different locations, I'd say. But yeah, this is the hopefully the newest permanent one, because I got my apartment down here in it's called Largo, Florida. It's right outside of Tampa. But so far it's not that great. I've been here for a week. We don't have any furniture yet, so I just sit on the floor on the sheet. And we don't have internet or cable or anything yet, so there's really nothing to do. I bought a bunch of DVDs. I watch them on my laptop, so that's kind of what I do. But yeah,
I was
get the internet turned on and all that good stuff.
I was notified today I'm going to be alone come March 1st, man. Everybody's taking off on me, so what are you going to do? Anyways. But
Yeah, it happens.
It happens. So you're down near Tampa. You know WWE is in Jacksonville tonight for the SmackDown tapings.
All right, that's my former home. See, that's 4 hours away now.
You're all the way down in Tampa now, huh?
Yeah.
Tampa's Tampa's probably my favorite place in Florida, man. Tampa's awesome. It's
a great spot, yeah. I'm right near Clearwater and right near Tampa. And,
yeah. No, that's awesome. Dude.
Clearwater Beach, all that good stuff.
So are you getting a phone, cable, internet? What are you doing?
Yeah, getting all those things from the same provider, and supposed to get it turned on today, but we didn't have the money. So we're just waiting on that, and then other than that, we gotta get furniture. So those are the main 2 goals right now.
There you go, buddy. No doubt.
But actually, we still gotta finish paying off some of the stuff getting in here, like the security deposit, and I still want to try and get my dog out of this fucking shelter he's in. I still got some shit to do. But I'm working on getting it all done, and it feels good to get shit accomplished. So.
I got taxes coming up, if that makes you feel any better. I'm probably gonna owe about 20. I'm probably gonna owe about 20 grand, you know?
That's always fun, right? One big giant bill a year.
You know, most people get money back with their taxes. I owe money, you know? It sucks.
Yeah, and that sucks out. That's the one drawback of our job. We can always brag about our job being so convenient. We sit in our ass in our room. We can sit there butt naked smoking weed, fucking smoking doobies all day in our fucking bedroom and get paid like a motherfucker. But once a year, the government wants 20, 30 grand from us, so that sucks.
It's pretty bad, bro. Depending on how much you make, man. And then you got the IRS, you got the feds, and then you got the state. So you're gonna owe the state money too. And New York just rapes you.
Out here we don't have federal tax. What is it? Federal taxes? I think Florida doesn't have federal taxes.
Florida doesn't have any state. Everybody's got to pay federal taxes, but Florida's got no state taxes, which is awesome for you guys.
I'm retarded.
Yeah, no, I mean, New York State, they fuck you, bro. Especially up here, $10.
They got like a special tax law in New York, right? Because I remember some of my money I think comes from New York. Because I remember when I did file a couple years ago that there was some special New York state tax or some shit.
Yeah.
I had in New York.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. $10 a pack for cigarettes up here in New York, bro. It's ridiculous. Anyways,
Jeez,
it's pretty bad. So listen, man, Monday Night Raw from last night. The big things.
It's gonna be interesting. I haven't even been on the internet to find out what happened, so I'm going to be hearing everything for the first time.
You know what? I had it on in the background because as soon as everybody started bringing up the WZR online signs or the WZR Army signs from Raw last night, man, I'm getting these photos and I'm trying to put the photos up on WZR Online, right? I'm doing I'm doing galleries and everything else last night during Raw, so I had it on in the background.
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
No.
You're doing my job.
I had it on in the background. I had Raw on in the background, but there were bits and pieces that I missed last night, and I know you didn't see it at all.
He was a big fucking scumbag, and I was busy doing his job for him. I missed this big thing on Raw. Go ahead and say it.
I kinda needed you last night, dude, and you kinda fucked me over, man. You fucked me over a little bit last night. I was trying to.
I need the fucking internet. You think I hate it. You think I would much rather have the internet and have to work than not have the internet and not have to work. Believe me, if I had the choice, I'd much rather have the internet and work. My whole life is on the fucking internet. I don't watch TV. I just download shows. All that shit. It's all on the internet.
It was. I mean, I didn't expect the signs last night, so I was doing the galleries, during
Is that the first time somebody's taken signs and got them on TV that we can remember?
Definitely on a Monday Night Raw, man. I didn't notice it at first, and then everybody started blowing up Facebook, so, and then they sent the photos, and that's why I was doing the galleries. But anyway, so, I mean, the highlights here was, Rock wasn't on the show. It was actually, Dolph Ziggler didn't appear. AJ, Dolph Ziggler, they both didn't appear. Paul Heyman was on Miz TV last night. No Rock, like I said. CM Punk was out. Punk actually opened the show. He's pissed off, man. There was no Heyman. Heyman was on Miz TV later in the night, but he wasn't out there with CM Punk for the opening promo. So he comes out. He's still pissed off about last week, right? They did an angle at the weekend house shows where CM Punk's new gimmick, I guess you could call it, is he wants Justin Roberts or Lillian Garcia, whoever the ring announcer is for WWE live events. I think it's Justin Roberts, but he wants to be referred to as the People's Champ, right? So yes, so Punk comes out and basically forces Justin Roberts, who was the ring announcer last night, to do it again, call him the People's Champ, right? So he comes in the ring and he's still pissed off about basically says he was screwed out of the title at the Royal Rumble. He says he's still WWE champion. Calls everybody in the audience scumbags, right? Pretty much, right? You're all worthless. Anything that Vince puts on TV, you believe, and you're all stupid for it. He said the video that aired last week, backstage, it was Paul Heyman talking to Brad Maddox and the Shield, right? He said the video was doctored. Vince McMahon had doctored the video, and he said Heyman, that wasn't Heyman in the video, and called the audience losers for life. He went to the outside. There were a couple of plants, some indie workers, and basically went on to say, I'm still WWE champion. Booker T eventually he promoted the rematch with The Rock at the Elimination Chamber too, and then Booker T, the SmackDown general manager, came out and God, he fucked up, bro. I don't remember what he was trying to say, dude, but he fucked up his lines, and he just stopped and he said, I'm sorry. He said, wait a minute, my bad, and started over again. Yeah, Booker T.
That's funny. Remember when he called Hulk Hogan a nigga in WCW?
Yeah, I do, dude. That's all over YouTube, man. That's all over YouTube.
He said, Hulk We coming for you, nigga.
Yeah. Did you see the look on his face after too? Like, holy shit, dude.
He grabbed his face with his hands like, oh shit.
Right. He promoted. I guess it's WWE Active now, right? It's no longer Raw Active. I guess that's the new thing.
No, you, nigga.
So it's WWE Active, and basically what's going to happen tonight is the fans are going to choose CM Punk's opponent. It's going to be Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, or Chris Jericho are the choices to face CM Punk as the pretty much the main event. Didn't turn out to be the main event, but that's what it was. So Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, and Chris Jericho against CM Punk later in the night. Man,
you know what else I was thinking of? I got lost thinking of this. It was on one of the WWE Legends roundtables that I watched, and they were talking about a clip, and they showed the clip. It was Jim Ross doing a live interview at a pay-per-view. Now sometimes at a pay-per-view they'll do backstage interviews, but they'll be live.
Right.
And so he was doing a backstage interview live, and I think it was Sid. I want to say, and he was interviewing Sid. Sid's doing his fucking intense, I'm gonna fucking, rah, rah, rah,
right,
kind of promo, and he screwed up one of his lines real bad. And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Let me do that again." We're live, buddy. You know, it was fucking hilarious, man.
That's great.
He completely broke character and had to jump back in. It was just ridiculous.
Painful to watch, bro. That's the shit.
Oh
painful
God,
to watch, right?
It was chill central, believe me.
Yeah, they after the opening promo, they plugged this whole thing. Go to the WWE app. That's where you're gonna vote who's gonna face CM Punk later tonight, right? Well, later on in the night, the WWE app. I think it happened a couple of months ago, too. It wound up crashing, right? So they come back from commercial break, and Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler are like, oh, well, the WWE app's kind of overloaded. Millions of people went to go vote, so we're going to WWE.com now. Everybody go to WWE.com and vote. The WWE app's frozen, or it's overloaded, or something like that. So they added a poll to WWE.com because
think about that for a second. So the fact that they can just everybody's watching a cult, everybody's watching this fucking TV show, and they say everybody jump, and everybody at home jumps. You know what I mean? Like they say everybody go to this app. Everybody fucking flourishes straight to the app. You know what I mean? Like everybody go to our website. They all fucking go online and crash the website sometimes. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Well, they need to figure that out because I think on the night where they debuted the WWE app, right? They told everybody to go and download it, right? It was like a brand new thing, and they, live on Raw, they said everybody go download this WWE app. It was for like a Cyber Sunday type pay-per-view. I know it wasn't Cyber Sunday.
What were they plugging at the Slammies, the Raw Slammies?
That's what it was. It was the Slammies, right? I think it debuted on the night of the Slammies or something like that.
I don't think it debuted. No. It seemed like something they already had. But
no. It was only a couple of months ago, man. The WWE app hasn't been around that long.
Oh, really?
They only.
A new kind of thing. Huh?
I think it was the Slammy. I think you might be right with that. But anyways, they.
I know they. They plugged the shit out of it on that show, I remember.
Right, and it crashed. And they wound up saying, there's been an overload with the WWE app. So this is the second time where they direct people to go to the app and vote, and then it winds up crashing on them. So they need to figure that out if they're gonna send everybody to vote on matches. You know what I mean? Especially if there's no other options. If you're not using WWE.com. You're only using the WWE app. And of course, that's the reason for it. They want everybody to go and download this app so they have millions and millions of people that they can send out text alerts and everything else to, Everybody download the app. And it's not like the voting matters anyway. You know what I mean, dude? I mean, last night they were saying that the word was that it was, it wasn't scripted. But, they had already had... Randy Orton was in a match with... who did Randy Orton face last night? It was CM Punk. Wade Barrett, right? Wade Barrett. He wound up facing. So they already had that match. Unless they were going to do, Chris Jericho wound up winning the vote. So Jericho went on to face CM Punk. Unless they had planned to do Jericho versus Barrett, and then they were going to do CM Punk versus Randy Orton. Then Jericho wound up winning the WWE app vote. So they went with CM Punk versus Jericho, which is the better match anyway. I mean, CM Punk versus Chris Jericho on paper. Come on, bro. And it turned out to be an awesome match.
I mean, they had that big feud, too, over the best in the world and all that shit. That's how I go.
That's true. We'll just kind of highlight, the high points and low. There was a match with Ryback. What are you drinking tonight?
No, what?
What's with all the burping? What are you drinking, Pepsi or something?
I wasn't burping. That was a cough.
Oh, it's a cough? Sounds like a burp.
Yeah, it was a quaff. A quaff.
A cough. Get the fuck out of here.
Quaff.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
A K-W-A-F-F.
Hey, get out of here.
A quaff.
So, check it out. Ryback was in a match with Antonio Cesaro. The commentary here, they kept talking about Cesaro's diet, right? And the lack of sweets and everything else, right? This was for a Ryback match. I mean, Ryback usually comes out and squashes people, right? They gave this a good amount of time, went to a couple of commercial breaks, and Cesaro was eventually hit with the shell shock, and Ryback won the opening match. There was a bunch of Goldberg chants, but by the end of the match, they had the crowd won over. So there was that. John Cena, they hyped up that John Cena was. They hyped this up all night that John Cena was going to call out the Shield, and that turned to actually that never happened. You know, that was basically hyped up as the main event. John Cena was going to come out. They were running real late last night too. I think Raw didn't end until almost 11:15 Eastern time. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, Cena's pissed off and he's going to call it the Shield later tonight. Santino and Jack Swagger made his return to Monday night. They had a match, Jack Swagger and Santino. Swagger's got a brand new look. Basically,
That's what I heard.
yeah, he's got a finisher. They call it the Patriot. They call it the Patriot Act. Swagger goes after the match. Swagger goes over to the commentary team and he wants to be in the SmackDown Elimination Chamber match and basically pleading with Booker T to let him in the match. Well, pleading with the commentary team to tell Booker T or let it be known that he wants to be in the match. So. Jack Swagger, I like Swagger's new look, man. I know you haven't seen it yet, but
No, I haven't seen it. I heard he's also like a killer now. Like he's like a Kurt Angle, like just a badass wrestler with an ankle lock and.
yeah, he dominated. I mean, it was Santino Marella, you know what I mean, who's your weekly Raw jobber, right? It's him and Tenzai and Zack Ryder. It's your Raw jobbers every week, But no, I like the new gimmick, man. He's got a brand new look. He's got much shorter hair, and they built him up last night, kind of like a monster. We'll see what happens with the Elimination Chamber. It seems like they took him off TV for a little bit because he turned into a jobber. I mean, the guy used to be a former world champion, and basically turned into another mid-card nobody on Raw that nobody cared about. So they took him off TV, and now they're bringing him back with, like you said, like a dominating gimmick, where he comes out and dominates people. And we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens in the.
Personally, and I don't know if this has been mentioned, at least not on the air, and maybe private, not on the air though, but I think I could kick his ass in 2 seconds.
Oh, Jesus. Who didn't see that one coming?
You like the big build-up for that?
Yeah. Anyways, we had Cody Rhodes. They split up the Rhodes Scholars, man.
I heard.
Right, and that was quick, man. They've only been a team for a couple of weeks now, right? I mean, Damian.
Did they say they would always be best friends or something, and they hugged it out?
They hugged it out. There was a backstage segment on SmackDown with Booker T where. They said that they were going to be, like you said, they were still going to be good friends, and they wound up hugging it out, and blah 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 blah. But they've only been a tag team for just a couple of weeks, man. I don't even think 2 months.
A couple of months.
Maybe 2 months.
I'd say 3 or 4 months.
Well, how long has it been in the chat room? WZROnline.com/chat. WZROnline.com. At least 4 months? No, I'm thinking 2 or 3 months.
I told you at least 4. That's exactly what I said. They agree.
Rhodes Scholars lasted, 4 months? I guess it's been longer than that. I don't know. I mean, I know they had teased that they were going to get together, but I remember...
Right, you feel better, you dumb son of a bitch? I told you 4 months.
All right, 4 months. It hasn't been a couple of weeks. I was wrong on that. You're right. It's been, 4 months, no doubt. Whatever. So we had...
What was I watching? I don't know, it was Stuck on You, the movie Stuck on You. Somebody throws a dart in this dude's head, and he's like, I taste ice cream in my brain or something. And this old man with no teeth says, you got a dart in your head, you dumb shit, or something like that. It was just funny to hear dumb shit come out of an old man's mouth. He said, you got a dart in your head, you dumb shit.
We give you a golf clap for that. You get a golf clap. Wah.
Birthday gets a fucking golf clap.
Wah, 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 wah. The fuck out of here. So we had. That's a good one. He brings up the mom jokes. 90-year-old bitch. So we had Cody Rhodes and Alberto Del Rio. Del Rio tapped him out with a cross arm breaker. So that was that. There was a backstage segment. It was Del Rio cut a promo after the match and basically said, I know he used to come out here.
He's still the world champion, right, Del Rio?
He's still the world champion. They're gonna do a rematch with Big Show at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You ain't shit, dude. I'll beat you up in 2 seconds, motherfucker. Get to our live chat room, WZROnline.com. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What happened? He's gone. Uh-oh. I didn't piss him off. Don't worry. His phone died, and we call him back. Maybe not though. If the cell phone died, we may have a problem here, and he may not call back up. But nonetheless, I got the rapid fire segment. The call was dropped, so hopefully we can get him back here in a couple minutes. WZROnline.com/chat. Once again, WZROnline.com/chat. Get there. In hour number 2, we're going to be taking rapid fire segment questions and live phone calls as well. So, I'm guessing his cell phone must have died right there. Try to figure it out. Maybe if he can get to a charger or whatnot, we'll see if we can't get him back and see if he can call up. So, anyways, so I guess while we wait for him, here he is. What happened, brother? Matty Boone. Yo, you are. What happened? Unmute the phone, brother. You gotta unmute it. Turn the volume up. I can't hear you, dude. What happened? Hey, can you guys in the chat room? Can you hear Matty Boone or no? I don't think they can hear you, brother. Yeah, nobody can hear you. You're gonna have to work on that phone and try to call us back. I don't know what the deal is. We're gonna get him back on eventually. He's obviously having some phone problems. But if you guys want to call us, you can do so. It's 518-712-307. Actually, hold off on that for just a second. We'll see if we can't get him back on here. We are gonna do the rapid fire segment. We'll start that, a bunch of your guys' questions, and then I'll open it up for live phone calls as well. We'll be taking live questions out of the chat room too. I was going to finish up Monday Night Raw from last night. The only thing that we have left is the main event segment with John Cena basically calling out the Shield. It actually turned out to be Brad Maddox. He was in the ring and basically said that he was manipulated by Paul Heyman. He cut this promo last night. The voice that he used last night was ridiculous. It was so over the top last night, He sounded like what's his name, Bane, right, from the Dark Knight Rises, right? Something like that. So he's out there and he's cutting this promo, and eventually the Shield comes out, and each of them got some promo time on the microphone. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose. They all got some mic time. Basically called him a fame-hungry geek, right, I think. And, they came down. They gave him the triple power bomb. Cena comes out to make the save. And then eventually Ryback came out. They started beating down Cena. Ryback came out for the save. Eventually Sheamus came out, and they finally announced today. They've been building that up for the last couple of weeks. We were going to see a Shield match versus John Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus. They finally made that official on .com today, WWE.com. So that's going to be held at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Like we talked about earlier, there was no Dolph Ziggler on the show. I don't know if they're going to do an angle at SmackDown or something like that. But there was no Dolph Ziggler, AJ Lee, or Big E Langston on Monday Night Raw last night. And then The Rock. The Rock wasn't there either. But we had known that, a couple of weeks in advance. He's going to be back next Monday night on Monday Night Raw. So, alright, here we go. take some rapid fire questions while we wait for Matty Boone. He obviously can't text me. I'm guessing the cell phone died or something like that, where he's unable to text me to let me know what's going on. But whatever, I'm gonna do the rapid fire segments and then or the rapid fire questions, and then I'll open it up to your live phone calls, and then we'll get out of here. Maybe a little bit earlier, but I'll go as long as I possibly can by myself. It's difficult to do a show by yourself with nobody there to take breaks, you know what I mean? But I'll go as long as I can with you guys, and then we'll get out of here. See you guys next Tuesday night. Steve Williams Jr., when are we seeing our homeboy The Undertaker? Do you think the American Badass Taker and CM Punk will have an epic promo battles? Do you think so, Ryan? The deal, I mean, Taker still hasn't told WWE. We put this up on the website a couple of days ago. Taker still hasn't told WWE what the deal is for WrestleMania. A couple of weeks ago, he seemed like, he was going to be a part of the show. Now, not so much. So, it's still up in the air. I mean, we're getting close. So, if they're going to do something with Taker, he's going to have to notify them at least, I would say, after the Elimination Chamber. I mean, that's where the real build to WrestleMania starts, you know. You've only got, a month and a half after Elimination Chamber, so they're going to need to know by the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view or shortly after whether he's going to work a match at WrestleMania. If he is going to work a match at WrestleMania, it looks like he's going to be in a contest with CM Punk. If not, they're going to have to find something else for CM Punk to do. I think they're leaning on the fact that Taker's going to be there, and that's why CM Punk is kind of left open right now. After the rematch with The Rock, Rock's probably more than likely going to retain the WWE title at the Elimination Chamber. And then CM Punk will go off on his own and do a feud with Taker if Taker's ready to come back for WrestleMania. So, I don't know. Do I think we're going to see Taker at WrestleMania? I do, Steve. You know, it's WrestleMania, and he's there every year. And it's not like, I mean, Taker's a guy where he can come in and he can work once per year at WrestleMania and then go away, and we don't have to see him again until next year's WrestleMania. But WrestleMania, it wouldn't feel the same without an Undertaker match on the card. You know, it just wouldn't feel the same without Taker being there. So, I think one match, I mean, it's not like the guy can't come out and work one match and then go away again, you know what I mean? It's WrestleMania, it's 70,000 people, 80,000, whatever it is, you know? He can come out. That's a moment that I don't think he's going to want to miss, you know, so I think we'll see him. Lance Winner with Bruno in the WWE Hall of Fame now. Will that bump Mick Foley from the top billing? No doubt about it, dude. Bruno Sammartino will be the featured guy. You know, Bruno Sammartino, we were talking about it a couple of weeks ago, longest reigning ever WWE champion, you know. He'll be the top billing. No doubt about it. I know Madison Square Garden, Mick Foley, it's in his hometown, this, that, and the other thing, but Bruno, I'm sure, I mean, Bruno's the type of guy, they are going to agree to whatever Bruno wants to get him in the Hall of Fame. Whether it be money, whether it be top billing, whether it be a DVD, whether it be WWE appearances, and it's a package deal, as we put up on the websites. Whatever Bruno wants, and I don't think they're going to try to piss Bruno off by putting him, you know, below a guy like Mick Foley. I just don't think it's going to happen. Bruno Sammartino, no doubt about it, will be top billing. See? Whenever I want to light up a cigarette, I got to take a break and Boone's not, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, Justin Nesser. Boone is leaving WZR, and Boone, I can kick your ass in 1 second. Oh man, I wish Boone was here. No, Boone is not leaving WZR. Where'd you hear that? It's not leaving. I had to talked about payment issues and stuff last week, but that's resolved now that ad rates are back up in February. So no. Boone is WZR for life. Even if I had to lay Boone off, it would only be for galleries. And we talked about that last week. Boone is always going to be, you know, WZR radio. He'll be here every Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time on WZROnline.com. WZROnline.com. Daryl Larave, I think. What updates do you have about this WWE Anonymous Cam? It's a marked on YouTube as a WWE official channel. You know what? Everybody's been asking me about that today. Let me load up the chat. What is this WWE Anonymous? Anybody know in the chat room? WZROnline.com/chat. I haven't seen it. A lot of people are saying there's some sort of anonymous video. Is it on WWE's? Is it YouTube.com/WWE? If it's not YouTube.com/WWE, it's probably not real, guys. It would have to be on WWE's official YouTube, or something that's affiliated with WWE. Yeah, it's right guy in the chat says a well put together video, but it's not real. Yeah, listen, if it's not on YouTube.com/WWE, it's not real, guys. Trust me, it's not real. Justin Nestor, so come at me, bro. Oh, man. I wish Boone was here, bro. Brandon Parker, do you think there will be a stipulation to the Triple H Lesnar match at WrestleMania if it happens? And who do you see winning? I think a stipulation? Probably. You know, it's a rematch from last year. So, yeah, there's probably going to be some sort of stipulation. Who do I see winning? That's a tough one, man. You know, Triple H doesn't need it. He's more of, in a corporate role these days, and he's probably, he's not going to be a full-time wrestler. Lesnar is the guy that is going to be used on WWE programming. That's what he's there for. He's not. They didn't re-sign him to be in a corporate role. So I would probably put Brock Lesnar over Triple H. Just due to the fact that Triple H doesn't need a win. Obviously, Triple H is going to get that big pop initially coming out. Going to get a. He'll be the babyface in the match, no doubt about it. But Lesnar's the one that would need to go over because he's still going to be featured on WWE TV, at least a couple pay-per-views per year, and a few TV tapings here and there. Christopher Brown, I've been hearing on other wrestling-related shows in the past 36 hours that the Primetime Players will be the next tag team to split apart. Yeah, we put that up on the website. Darren Young, WWE management is not high on him. Titus O'Neil is clearly the breakout star of that group, and you can see that. I mean, he's the guy that whenever they cut promos, Titus O'Neil is the guy that talks, right? He's given the mic time. He's the bigger guy. He's got the WWE look. He's got the look that they're looking for. I would say, yeah, I mean, Darren Young, if anything, Darren Young would be either released or sent back down to developmental. It just hasn't worked out. Remember the commentary fiasco just a couple of months ago where they had them both on commentary and Titus O'Neil was like a star on commentary and Darren Young wasn't saying anything, and even Titus O'Neil stepped up and was like, dude, say something, bro. What the fuck? What's wrong with you? So the WWE officials just aren't high on Darren Young, and Titus O'Neil is the breakout star of that tag team. Lee Pierce, do you think the British Bulldogs should be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame? Yeah, no doubt about it, dude. That'll happen eventually. That'll happen. Well, maybe not with Martha Hart. She's very adamant against any of the Hart family members, whether it be especially Owen Hart. As far as Martha is concerned, she just won't allow it. WWE wants to have Owen in the Hall of Fame, but Martha is hell bent on saying no. What that means for Davey Richards, or not Davey, British Bulldog. Yeah, I guess that I don't know. Danny Agers, how long before they start jobbing the Shield? Not anytime soon, bro. The Shield, they're a fairly new group. We'll see what happens at the pay-per-view with John Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus. We'll see who goes over there. I'm guessing the Shield, probably. They've got big plans for them. I mean, people are already asking, it seems like every week, when's the Shield going to break up? They just brought them in. You know what I mean? They just brought them in, so it's not going to happen anytime soon. Guys, if you want to call up, it's 518-712-3070, 518-712-3070. You can call up right now, whatever's on your mind. I don't have Boone here, so if you got a couple of different questions, I'll keep you guys on the line for a little bit. Lee Pierce, why does Vince McMahon hate Randy Savage? Man, there are rumors that Randy had something to do with Stephanie May. It's never been proven that Randy Savage had been, in some sort of sexual relationship with Stephanie McMahon. It's never been proven, and nobody knows if it's true, but the rumors have been out there for years and years and years, and maybe that's the reason why Vince McMahon, won't allow Randy Savage in the WWE Hall of Fame. I don't know. Brandon Parker, will we ever see Owen Hart in the Hall of Fame? Just talked about that, man, with Martha Hart. Probably not, dude. Probably not. I mean, she's just... Could be like a case where, Bruno Sammartino, though. If somebody can sit down with Martha and try to talk her into it, I don't know, but Martha still, she blames WWE for Owen's death and wants nothing to do with them, So, I'd be shocked, at least... now, but never say never in pro wrestling. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hello, mate. I'm Chris calling from UK, and I called in last week a couple of times. I've got a good question for you this week. I was wondering, would you reckon it'd be viable if they tied up a load of old storylines, like say, for instance, like Paul Heyman would be an ominous GM all along. He built Nexus because he wanted to have like a prototype for the Shield, and then start a faction with Brock Lesnar and CM Punk. It's been a while since there's been a big faction like in the WWE, because this is really dry. I mean, I turned Raw off last night.
So you would say, so let me, Paul Heyman, you're saying Paul Heyman would become basically the general manager of Raw and then build a faction?
Yeah, because I think that if they turned it up, tied all up the old storylines that they think that the adults forgot, like the anonymous general manager, Nexus and all that kind of stuff. Like Nexus were a prototype of what the Shield are going to become and all this kind of stuff.
I mean, it would. I don't know that Vince McMahon would bring in Paul Heyman as, the relationship between Vince McMahon and Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman, yeah. I mean, to the average fan, would be a great general manager. Come on, if they were to put Paul Heyman in that role, it'd be awesome, bro. It would be awesome.
But it's not really general manager. We know better than the fact that he goes out of the script.
Right. I mean, it's
not hard, but he's so good on the microphone at the moment. Vince McMahon's got him out every week, so it wouldn't make any difference.
Right, but it's the fact that Vince McMahon's got an ego, and although it's scripted, the general manager role is a major role on WWE television, and would Vince McMahon be willing to allow somebody like Paul Heyman to be put in that role? Yeah, I don't know that he would. Caller, you are live on WZR Radio. What's up?
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
I'm all right. The show is kick-ass, by the way.
Thank you, brother. I wish I had my co-host here, but what are you gonna do?
You're doing fine by yourself, man. I don't got nothing against the other guy, but you're the star, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, I got a couple of questions real quick. The first one being, do you think it's a lock for sure that WrestleMania 30 is gonna be at the
Superdome?
The Mercedes-Benz Superdome, whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty much a lock, man. They're going to announce the location like they always do. At WrestleMania 28, they reveal the location for WrestleMania 29. At WrestleMania 29, they reveal the location for WrestleMania 30. It's basically a case of WWE is running MetLife Stadium this year for WrestleMania 29. So they beat the NFL, right? The Super Bowl next year is going to be in MetLife Stadium. So WWE beat them to MetLife Stadium, but the NFL beat WWE to the Superdome. You know what I'm saying? So they're basically going to switch it up, man, where next year WWE is going to be in New Orleans and the NFL is going to be in MetLife, where this year WWE is at MetLife and the NFL is at the Superdome. But it's 99% confirmed that New Orleans is the location.
Now, the next question I have is, do you think at this year's Hall of Fame is going to be the time where they're going to induct Jay the Snake Roberts and the Demolition, or do you think it's not going to happen this year?
You know what? We've got a pretty stacked lineup right now, with Bruno Sammartino, Mick Foley, Bob Backlund, Trish Stratus. I mean, those are 4 names. I'm thinking all 4 of those names could be headliners for 1 year. Bob Backlund could be a headliner 1 year, Trish Stratus another year. We're pretty loaded right now. So I would say that the rest of the we're probably gonna have what 2 or 3 more names announced. I would say they're lesser. I would say they're lesser names, bro. I think we've got Bruno's gonna be the headliner, no doubt about it. Mick Foley probably number 2. And then either Bob Backlund or Trish Stratus, but we're pretty loaded. You don't need a Jake Roberts right now, you know what I mean? And Jake Roberts is trying to clean his life around. He's doing a great job, by the way. But I think we're pretty stacked. Where the names from here on out, maybe I'm wrong, but I think for right now we're good to go. You know, we'll see.
Okay, do you think they'll ever move like the pay-per-views like a SummerSlam or a Survivor Series and do it in a dome like they do WrestleMania? Do you think that will ever happen?
No, SummerSlam seems like the Staples Center every year. You know, they're going back to Los Angeles.
Already.
Yeah. I don't think so. WrestleMania would be. I mean, WrestleMania people fly in from all over, man. From the United Kingdom, from all over the world, people fly into WrestleMania just because it's the Super Bowl at WWE. You know, so they're gonna hold it in stadiums and places like that. But a Survivor Series or a SummerSlam, no, they're not gonna. They know that they can't draw, nearly as many people as a WrestleMania. People aren't gonna fly in from all over the world, for a Survivor Series or a Royal Rumble or something like that. So no, we'll have WrestleMania in domes, no doubt.
So do you think they will bring the SummerSlam the year after to the Garden? I heard there's some rumors that they're gonna do it in the Garden in 2014.
They may do that. Last couple of years, though, we've had it in like I said, the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. So it's possible. Never say never. You know what I mean? Locations right now. I mean, you're asking me, do I ever think they're going to come back to Madison Square Garden for SummerSlam? I don't even think WWE knows. You know what I mean? So I can't give you a definite answer as to where they're going to be next year for SummerSlam or the year after for SummerSlam. WWE books that, a couple of months in advance, not a year or two in advance. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Ryan?
How you doing?
Good. Full-fledged member of the WZR Army, by the way.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, I just had a couple of quick questions. What did you think about when Brock came out and beat the piss out of Miz? It was some rough stuff. When he threw him to the outside and he was throwing the chairs. Normally when that happens, you miss the guy, but he threw both of them and they landed right on the Miz, pretty damn hard, that. And then when he gave him the F5, he F5'd him right on the couch. I was like, holy shit! He really that was some rough stuff.
You know what? Somebody said that on Facebook last night. I don't remember seeing it happen, but when he was throwing the chair, I guess the chair hit Miz in the face or something like that. I think he forgets that this is WWE, man. It's not UFC. Even Vince McMahon taking that F5 last week. I said, God damn, man, look at this dude. You know what I mean? He's go ahead.
He threw the chair, and I was like, oh, it's one of those things. And I mean, it hit him flush, on his back, and when the Miz got hit by it, you could almost see him looking damn, what the? And then when he picked up the couch, I was like, fuck, he's gonna throw the couch. And then he gave him the F5, and it looked so brutal, right on the couch, and the Miz was holding his side. I was like, holy fuck, god damn, that looked like some rough stuff.
Yeah, he forgets that it's not UFC. I think, man, there was a match. I forget the match was it. Yeah, it was actually Triple H, man, where he was beating him pretty hard, and you were like, Jesus, dude, chill out a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing that makes it good, is that he'll just, he doesn't really give a shit.
Yeah.
And then the second thing with Mark Henry coming back, the first thing I thought was that looks like a front runner for the winner of the Elimination Chamber, because he looked like a beast last night. That's I know he only took out small guys, but damn, he was I think we got a front runner if he goes in. What do you think about that? About him coming back? Is he going to be in the main event picture again, or? Yeah,
they're putting him right back as seen last night on Raw, man. They're building him up as a monster. It all depends, man. I know this will kind of sound surprising, man, but Jack Swagger too. It all depends on what they want to do with him. They're bringing him back with a dominating type gimmick. like you saw last night on Raw, and I think he's going to be in the match as well. You know, he's doing the whole campaigning thing. We went over to the announce booth last night and basically said, you know, tell Booker T to put me in the match, blah, 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 blah. So I think he's going to be in the match. Mark Henry's another one, and they're building him up too, dude. I mean, Mark Henry, you saw it on Raw last night, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. And like you said, dude, he's probably going to be in the chamber match. We'll see, man. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey, how's it going? Hey, do you think that WWE kind of overkilled their stuff last night with too many returns on Raw? And also, who do you think will be the next celebrity in the Hall of Fame?
What do you mean too many returns on Raw? We had what? We had Mark Henry.
Jack Swagger and Mark Henry. Maybe they could have spread out over a couple of weeks, maybe.
I don't know. Jack Swagger and Mark Henry, I mean, those were the two returns. Rey Mysterio, I guess, returned, and then Lesnar came back the week before. So, no, I don't think so, man. You know, it's only Jack Swagger and Mark Henry. It's not like they brought The Rock and Steve Austin back on the same night. You know what I mean? It's not two megastars like that. I don't know. I thought it was all right for what it was last night with Swagger and Henry. Not only that, but I think both of them, like the last caller said, I think they're going to put them both in the chamber match. Kelly, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, man? First off, I can't believe Overstein lost that match. I can't believe he lost. I thought he won it, but he got his butt whooped. Can't believe that.
Yeah, man, that was crazy, man. I won money, bro. Bigfoot Silva. Don't underestimate. I'm telling you, bro. Dan Henderson too. Those are my two guys in UFC where I'm high on them, bro. I think both of them. I put money on them, dude. Whoever they're fighting, even with Henderson and Machida coming up, I'm going Hendo.
Yeah. He might take care of business. I believe so too.
But
a couple of wrestling or TNA questions. With them going on the road, do you see them doing good on the road or doing bad, you think, or what?
You know, it all depends on how many tickets they sell. I mean, they're going, for their first show on the road, they're going to Chicago, right? Just outside of Chicago. That's a good market, man. They've held pay-per-views, you know, in that market, and they've drawn well. So I think the first show in Chi-Town, they'll do all right. But it all depends. I mean, for TNA live events, they're only drawing 800, 900, 1,000 fans, you know? How's that going to come across on TV? And not only that, but think about it. You know, with the Impact Zone in Orlando, they're only drawing 1,000 people there, or I think the place holds 1,100 people or something like that, maybe 1,200 max. Yeah. But they've got it set up where it looks good on TV. They've got a little arena. It's set up. It comes across good on TV. When they go to these markets outside of Orlando, they're going to be in large arenas for the most part, you know, depending on where they run. They're going to have to set it up for TV to make it look like they're not running in an empty arena, you know what I mean? So depending on how many people show up, and maybe the hope is, well, it's not a house show. It's a televised, you know, it's a TV taping. It's a live Impact. So I don't know. It all depends on how they set up the arena and how many people show up, whether it's going to look good or not, you know?
Yeah. Okay, and two more quick questions. First one is, so since you're talking about that, what about this, in Amarillo, Texas? I think it holds 60,000 people for the pay-per-view. How many people do you see actually buying tickets for that pay-per-view, I think, in Texas they're going to have?
For what pay-per-view?
The one TNA's, you know the one I'm talking about where it says it's going to be in, I think in Amarillo, Texas or something like that for a pay-per-view, I think, in a few months or something.
For Lockdown?
Yeah. Is Lockdown will be, remember it'll be like in Texas. I remember saying that a while, like a month or two ago. I forgot the name of the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it'll be San Antonio is where they're going to hold it.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's supposed to be 60,000 seat arena or something like that, or 70,000. But how many people will actually buy tickets? Maybe 1,000 you think will show up there?
Oh, yeah. It's not going to be 60,000, that's for sure. It'll be, I don't know, for a pay-per-view, you know, for a TNA pay-per-view, they can usually draw a couple thousand. Once again, though, they're going to set it up. They're going to set it up so it looks good on pay-per-view. You know, they're going to have it set up where it looks nice. But I would say, you know, San Antonio, Texas, it's a hot market. Don't get me wrong, man. Chicago, the Northeast, you know, those are hot markets down there. But I'd say, you know, for the Lockdown pay-per-view, maybe 3,000 people, you know, but they'll set it up 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 tops, you know, like somebody in the chat room says. But yeah, they'll make it look okay. All right, buddy.
And one more question. Last one.
Okay.
Everybody wants to see the Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather boxing match. We all want to see the Sting Tucker match. So if Triple H can get Martino, why can't he get Sting just for one match, you think, in WWE? And that's all.
It's a good question. I mean, Sting's never been in WWE before. He's happy in TNA. He's happy with the travel schedule. Sting's got a family. He's got a wife. He's got kids. He doesn't want to work a full-time WWE schedule. Would they bring him in for one match? Sure, of course WWE would bring him in. But the guy's under contract right now with TNA. And a contract is a binding agreement where if you're under contract with TNA, you're not going to WWE. You're under contract. So there's no way that he can get out of his contract if he signed for, a year or however. I think he signs a year-to-year deal, And I don't know how long he's got left on his current TNA deal, but if he's under contract with TNA, you can't get out of a contract, You can quit the company and you can jump ship to WWE, but TNA is going to come out. They're going to sue you, and you're going to lose because TNA's got a contract that's signed by you that says you're under contract with us. You can't go anywhere else, unless we let you out of your contract, and they're not going to do that. They're not going to let Sting go. Dixie Carter loves him, man. Dixie Carter loves Sting. That's why she tries to get him back, every year. So contracts, like I said, man, they're a binding agreement. It's not going to happen, So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, never say never that you won't see Sting in WWE for one or two matches. Never say never. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. Sting's getting up there in age. He's not going to come back. Like I said, he's not going to work a full-time WWE schedule. Probably not, dude. Probably not, but never say never. All right, let's go back to rapid fire, and then we'll get out of here. We only got 13 minutes to go, so doing all right, right? Hour number 2. Doing all right without Matty Boone. I'm telling you guys, it's tough to hold the show by yourself with no co-host. But I'm doing my best. I'm guessing his phone must have died or something like that. We'll get the full story next week. Vito UK, you got your own show, right? You know what I'm saying, bro? It's tough, bro. It's tough doing a solo show, but what are you gonna do? All right. Rapid fire. Philip Absalom, Kane versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. Your thoughts? Yeah, man, we talked about that earlier. Looks like it's gonna happen. It's a slow build, then eventually they're each gonna get pissed off with each other, and you're gonna have a match between the two. Maybe Dr. Shelby will be the special guest referee or something like that. Probably a stipulation. It'll be at WrestleMania, man, no doubt. Justin Nesser, and thoughts about WrestleMania 30 being in New Orleans. Caller brought that up just a couple minutes ago. It's a Superdome. They'll draw just like every WrestleMania. They'll draw 60,000, 70,000 people there. Similar to MetLife and where they've been before. Jesse Young, will Kofi get a singles push by WrestleMania? I don't know. I think Kofi. Remember, was it last year or the year before where they did the whole thing with NASCAR, right? And it looked like Kofi was in a feud with Randy Orton, right? And it looked like they were gonna pull the trigger and shoot him up to the main event, and then it fizzled out, And I think Kofi's always gonna be that mid-card guy, not gonna be a main eventer. Listen, never say never, But I think he's stuck in the mid-card position for a while. Nate Benavidez, tits or ass? Ass, bro. I'm all about ass. I'm an ass man, dude. Billy Gunn, I guess, right? Not his ass. I'm into girls' asses, but ass, bro. Ass, no doubt about it. What about you guys in the chat? Tits or ass? Come on. It's all ass, right? It's all ass. Come on. In the chat. Ass or tits? Ass, both. There you go. Hey, Double and Joe, both. Yeah, no doubt. I agree with that. I'll take both. Ass, a lot of ass. Pussy. There you go. You guys are fucking crazy. Arturo Velasquez Jr. Will there be a Money in the Bank match at WrestleMania? No. We put that up on the website. They're going with the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, where every year they're going to have the Money in the Bank matches at the pay-per-view in general. They're going to try to sell the Money in the Bank pay-per-view off that match where somebody wins a briefcase, you know. Not going to be at WrestleMania. Not only that, but WrestleMania is already stacked as it is. You know, you've got 3 or 4 different main events, and then you've got your undercard matches, which are pretty stacked themselves normally. So they don't, I mean, would it be cool to see, you know, ladders out there and a ladder match at WrestleMania in front of 70,000 people? Of course, bro, of course, but it's really not needed, you know, when you think about it in the long run. Vincent Nugent, Acer, what's up, man? What are your thoughts on the 2 latest reveals to the Aces and Eights this past Thursday night? And Garrett Bischoff and Wes Briscoe. We had known for a couple of months that they were going to be a part of the Aces and Eights group. It happened during the Kurt Angle versus Ken Anderson cage match. That was a great match, by the way. Those 2 killed it, man, on Impact from the UK. So it didn't come as a surprise, and we knew it was coming. It seems like the NWO, right, where so many guys are joining the Aces and Eights. Like, over half of the TNA roster is joining the Aces and Eights, and the other guys on the roster are trying to take them out. You know, it's kind of NWO-ish, you know, but I don't know. I thought it was cool, man, but we had all seen it coming for months and months. Brendan McLean, do you think Cena will have a longer title run than CM Punk in the future? It's Super Cena. They love Cena. What are we at? CM Punk lost, 400 and something days? It's a long time, man. That's over a year. About a year and a half. Just under a year and a half. So it's a long time, you know, but it's Cena. Cena's going to be around for years. I mean, as much as a lot of you guys don't want to see it, Cena's still a fairly young guy, man. He's in his early 30s, you know. He's going to be around for quite some time. So, and you know he's going to get the WWE title. If they do Cena versus Rock, Rock's leaving after WrestleMania, so he's not going to hold on to the title, you know. Maybe they'll do a swerve where they do a rematch on Raw the following night, right after, like Rock retains at WrestleMania, and then the following night on Raw, that's where they do the title switch. They keep you guessing for like 24 hours. Like, wait a minute, Rock retained? What? You know what I mean? But either way, Rock's leaving after WrestleMania, so they're gonna have to get the title off of him, and it's probably gonna go to Cena. You know, how long he holds the belt after that remains to be seen. But like I said, he's a young guy. He's gonna be there for a while, so it's possible. Confession Cat, what do you think is gonna win Who do you think is gonna win the most predictable match? The Shield against Ryback, Cena, and Sheamus. I think the Shield, man. You know, I mean, the Shield's still a fairly new group. They're bringing them in as, you know, a dominating force. You know, they take everybody out. They retreated through the crowd last night after Ryback, Cena, and Sheamus, you know, came out to try to even the sides. But I think the Shield, man. I think the Shield goes over. You're not gonna try to make a group like that. You're not gonna try to job them out at this point. You know what I mean? You're gonna have them go over as a mega heel group that dominates everybody. So even though you've got WWE's 3 top guys, pretty much WWE's 3 top guys, Ryback, Cena, and Sheamus, I think the Shield, you know, you talk about getting the rub, you know, younger guys getting the rub from veterans, you know, not that Ryback is a veteran, but Cena and Sheamus have been there for a while, and I feel like the Shield needs it more at this point. I mean, what does a loss for Ryback, Cena, and Sheamus do? It doesn't do anything. You know, they'll be fine. You know, they come back out following the pay-per-view, and they'll be fine. You know, the Shield needs the rub there, so I'd go with them. Hobart Collins, do you think TNA will have a big surprise for the first live road show? I think it'll be another, you know, normal Impact. It'll be interesting to see, like the caller brought up earlier, though, you know, as far as crowd reaction, attendance, how many people show up, what it looks like on TV, you know, and how long do they continue? You know, can they continue to draw crowds every single week? They're going to have to start promoting these. They're going to have to announce, you know, a lineup, you know, a couple of months out in advance where people, you can't announce a show and say, hey, we're going to be in New York City in 2 weeks. Everybody get their tickets right now. You need a couple of months build where people can go out and they can save up money and they can go and get their tickets. So they're going to have to announce some sort of schedule here in the next couple of weeks where they're going to be, you know, for the next couple of months so that people can go, like I said, and buy their tickets. Jeffrey Covington. Hold on a minute. I need to take a drink. It's Pepsi. Don't worry. Jeffrey Covington. Anyone else see the video of the chick that ate her used tampon? A chick ate her used. That's nasty, bro. What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. Brad Fastusha. Can you see WWE doing a handicap match with The Undertaker facing The Shield? No, I don't think so. I think if Taker works WrestleMania, it's going to be a match against CM Punk. If not, they're going to have to find something else for CM Punk to do. And like I said earlier, Taker's going to have to let WWE know in the next couple of weeks, are you going to work WrestleMania or are you not going to work WrestleMania? Because we've got to figure out something for CM Punk. Vincent Nugent. What do you guys think about Jack Swagger right now? At this moment, will he be pushed to the moon this time around? We were talking about that earlier, man. I think he's going to go in the chamber match, and I think it's going to come down to him or Mark Henry. I think they got big plans for Jack Swagger. What those plans are they going to put him into a world title picture? And put him in a feud against somebody like Del Rio or Big Show or whoever's WWE or World Champion after the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. I don't know, but I think they got plans for him, man. I think they've got main event plans for him. So don't rule him out of the chamber match. Brad Fastusha again. Can you see Oh, my bad. We already got that one. Muhid Mudgeman Maya. Oh, here we go. Mary, Bone, or Kill. Trish, Stacy, or AJ. Alright, let me think about this. I'm gonna marry AJ. I'm gonna bone Stacy, and I'm gonna kill Trish. I'm not a big fan of Trish. Every time I see her, there's something about it, man. Maybe it's an ego. There's something about Trish that I've never been a big fan of. I don't know. I can't pinpoint it, but yeah, I'm gonna marry AJ. I'm gonna fuck Stacy or bone Stacy, and I'm gonna kill Trish. What about you guys in the chat room? What do you think? AJ's a whore. Trish, AJ. Trish has big tits. I don't know. Who is WWE Anonymous from Michael Hart? It's fake, man. It's fake. If it's not on youtube.com/WWE, it's not the real deal. Somebody in the chat, Rygal in the chat, said it's a really well-produced video that somebody probably made, put up. It's got everybody talking. I'm sure it's got thousands of views, and everybody's like, oh, man, who is this? If it's not on WWE's official YouTube, if it's on somebody else's YouTube, it's not the real deal. But, man, everybody's talking about it. Has it? Mike Olson, has it? It's not fake? I haven't seen it, man, so I can't really tell you guys. I'll take your word for it if you say it's confirmed. I'll take your word for it, but I don't know. I guess I'll check it out after we go off the air here. Well, see, it's 10 o'clock. I did an hour myself. Not bad, right? Golf clap. Little golf clap. All right, that about does it, guys. We've got WWE SmackDown from Jacksonville, Florida tonight, Boone's former hometown. Submit feedback. My apologies for hour number 2. It is difficult, man. Try to come on here and host a show. You can't take a breath. You can't smoke a cigarette. I should try to quit smoking anyways, you know what I mean? But what are you going to do? Mike Olson, man, in the chat room. Dude, thanks again. I cannot thank you enough, bro, for bringing that sign. The WZR Army was out full force on Monday Night Raw last night. That was surprising as fuck, man, when I seen that on Raw last night. You guys are the best, man. You and Blake, can't thank you guys enough for doing that. The Army thanks you, everybody in the chat room. We all thank you guys for that, man. You guys are awesome, man. So the screenshots are up at WZROnline.com. We're gonna have news and rumors up on the website right now. We're gonna do SmackDown spoilers as well. I'm gonna put those up on the website. They'll be up. Should be a fairly early night. SmackDown should be ending here. The taping should be over at about 10:30, 10:45 Eastern time. So shouldn't be a late night if you guys stay up for spoilers on Tuesday nights. And we'll be back next Tuesday night. Boone's gonna have the internet back. He'll have the phone back. I'm guessing the phone died because he did try to call back in, but it seemed like the phone died cut right back out on them. So I'm guessing they don't have a charger. That'll be the excuse next week. My phone died. Actually, he was using his sister's cell phone. So I'm guessing, here's the deal. You know what it is? Boone's at his new apartment. He doesn't have a phone yet. So he was using his sister's phone, right? And his sister's over at the new apartment right now. She doesn't have the charger. The charger's back at her house. So Boone was using her phone until it died. Didn't realize how low the battery was. The sister's over there. She doesn't have a charger. It's back at her house. I guarantee you that is what happened. I can call this motherfucker from a mile away. I guarantee that's what you guys hear next Tuesday night on WZR Radio. So Boone will be back in full force next week, guys. Everything's looking up for WZR Online, man. The radio show's doing awesome. Advertising rates are back up. Traffic has been great on the website, and the Army at Raw. Things cannot be going better right now, and you guys are the reason for it. So that'll do it. Thank you guys again, and we'll see you next Tuesday at night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time on WZROnline.com. Wait for it. Wait for it. For Matt Boone. That's him. This is Ryan Clark. That's me. Saying see you next Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time on WZROnline.com. Let's take you guys out with some Journey. Some Journey? That'll do it. Alright. Go submit feedback. Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR. Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR. See you guys next Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time. WZROnline.com.